Howdy folks, welcome to another episode of Vern's Misadventures. In this one we're going to pick up where we left off on the TRS-80 project. Last one we built a custom GoTek for it. We unboxed the machine and then the video started getting a little long and I didn't think we had enough time to really get into the installation of the GoTek and actually booting it with some software. So we're going to take care of that in this one. Let's do this. So it looks like we need a Phillips screwdriver. Alright, so we can get these two out. Oh no, not this again. Okay, there's two more on the back side. I can't turn the yank. Alright, and there's two hiding under here. I guess with all that done, we should be able to slide them off. Alright, I believe there are some screws hiding underneath here. Yeah, we got two screws under here. Alright, allegedly, this whole cradle dealy bob should come out. Seems like it does. Let's see if we can get. So here's the connector. So we got the power cord coming out here. There we go. Now, let's get the other one. And with that's done, I should be able to get it out of there. Oh wow, look at here. Which one did we want to replace with the GoTek? Yeah. And where are the jumpers at? To designate which is which. Okay, so on the top side, all four screws are there. On the bottom side, the rear two are not there. And I read something in the service manual that you don't want to put the rear ones in. I wasn't real sure what they were talking about, but due to case flex or whatever can cause problems with the head alignment. Well, the easy way to do it, easiest way to do it, would be to just remove the inside one here, put the GoTek in there. Okay. On the bottom side it's just one screw. Take that screw out there. Let's remove this. And this switch can come out like that. Let's set this down and have a look at it. Alright, so the belt not sticky or broken or anything. Alright, well this is embarrassing, but it looks like these are our cable select. So the fancy switch we put in to swap drives is not going to work. I'm not real sure how I'm going to fix this. Let's see here. The S1. Oh yeah, absolutely. So we're missing 2 pins on S1 here. And if we check the other one, see if we look in here, I don't know if I can get the shot or not. If we look here, you see we have some missing pins. And apparently that is how we determine which drive is which with the cable. So that's something to think about as we try to rig up the GoTek. Now I wanted to set up the GoTek as drive 0. Let's have a look here. Well, now drive 0 is missing pins too, but just different pins. Oh my goodness, this is going to be interesting. Then on top of everything else, I built it upside down. So I tried to get ahead of everything, and I got ahead of myself is all I got ahead of. So there's a lesson there. It's okay. I mean, it's only a toy. It's not like it mattered. But it is disappointing. That'll be just fine. Okay. So the next big screw up on this deal here was I built it upside down. So we're going to have to figure that out. But let's get this apart. We'll get those wires off of there. They serve no purpose and they're getting into trouble. So let's get those off of there. Yeah, see there, you got to challenge your assumptions. And I failed to challenge that one. I thought that the guy was watching, but I couldn't think of it. It wasn't on a portable. It had the full height drives. And those have the jumpers. From what I read, these do not. Looks like we can just clip these right off here. Yeah. Make sure that's the right one. It is. And then we'll just clip them right here. Alright, so these serve no purpose and they're out of the way. Awesome. Meanwhile, that switch might help us out. I have managed to knock my speaker off here. That goes on the 4th one. It goes right here. Okay. No harm, no foul. So with that done, so if you were to use like a little extension cable that plugged into the original cable here, you'd be all set, because only the pins that would be expected to be connected would actually be connected. So that would be nice. Alright, I guess we can put the GoTek back together. I think we're done here. Caused enough carnage, we can put it back together now. That goes there. This goes here. Huh. This goes here. screws. We could just get it lined up and get it in there straight. I might be able to do something with it. You know what, before we do that, let's check it. Spin this around to where the front looks right. Something's askew here. Without doubt or argument, that looks like crap. A piece of rubber here or something. I don't know what that's for. I wonder if that'd be present over here. I don't know. There's some kind of little thing there. Really makes me think we should try putting it on the other side there. So let's do that. Alright, come on there. Go in here. Start that one. Come over here. Snug it up. It does seem to fit better here than it did over there. So, winner. Huh, winner. Alright, hopefully it's not fucked. That's left one. Push it up straight there. Some screws in and be done. Around and there. All I have to do now is just kind of push this up even. Alright, let's try it. Let's try it for fit here. That's a pretty good fit, actually. Considering I did it. Alright, so I got this cable here. from Amazon, and it has the 34-pin standard floppy connector. Now that'll plug into the motherboard, as well as it has the edge connectors that can go onto the floppy disk drive. So it seemed like it'd be a good choice. The one thing I would have to do to make this work would be to get rid of the twist in the cable. But for now, we're just going to make it work because we're going to get an adapter that fits into the factory cable, and we'll get an adapter that goes from that edge connector to the GoTek later on. But for now, let's just go ahead and put it together with just only the GoTek hooked up, and we'll just use the 34-pin connector at the motherboard and the 34-pin connector at the GoTek, the first one. So the twist will not affect us for our testing and evaluation purposes. So, all that said, let's move on. So I found this here, and I will leave a link to this in the description of the video, so check there for some helpful links, okay? So I wanted to show on this particular machine how you would set up your GoTek floppy drive, right? So this assumes you've already loaded the latest version or the newer version of FlashFloppy. I can also link the video that will show you how to do that on the later versions, the Artery, with the Artery chip, if that's how you pronounce it. There's probably plenty of resources out there for the older ST chip, but if you have one of the newer GoTeks, you're going to need to use the Artery instructions. So I'll share a link for that as well. So this article basically covers configuring the TRS-80 Model 4 to boot from GoTek floppy to the Fred system. I'd like to get one of those Fred systems, but that's another story for another time. At any rate, this goes through the process, tells you need to install FlashFloppy on your GoTek and all the fun stuff. It talks about the ST, so that tells you right there. It's not the latest article, but it does. These instructions worked when I did mine a couple months ago, so this should work out okay. The software you're going to need to convert your disk files into something you're going to be able to use in your GoTek. Now, just for clarity, I tried to use WinImage, right, which works in a DOS machine like the Compact Portable, which I had is the other machine I actually installed the GoTek in earlier. But we're not working on a DOS machine. This is the TRS-80, and it has different requirements. So what you want to do is you want the HXC floppy emulator. Now there's a link in the GitHub article that I'm going to share with you in the description. So you'll want to download and install the HXC floppy emulator, right? Now I've already installed it. I'll just show you what it looks like here. So this HXC floppy emulator looks like this once you run it. It's real easy to use. You basically need to use load and export. And it can do some batches too. And I've used those for batches, right? But I'll show you one real quickly. So if we load one, and see here, I've already done one. It comes out as a .hfe file, right? So what you'll do is you'll load your disk file, .dsk file, and you can get those by simply just Googling. I'd love to show you some resources, but I don't want to be held responsible for some uppity person who decides that they have a problem with how you get your software. So just Google for disk images, and you will find them. Okay, so just put TRS-80.disk and search, and you'll come up with some results. So there you've loaded it, right? So then you're going to export it, and as you can see, it's going to go back to the same file. You can choose the destination. You choose your source and destination in your file manager, and so you'll just save it right here. Already exists. Do you want to replace it? Sure. And so there it is. And that is how you will create the images. Then it's just a simple matter of taking your flash drive, and dragging your HFE files onto your flash drive. Okay, so that will get you that far. So there's the advice I have for you on setting up your GoTek on your TRS-80 Model 4. So with that, why don't I demonstrate how the computer works with the GoTek. Alright, so look what we did here. We have a booting TRS-80. You can go into basic. Alright, I wrote a quick program in the basic. There it is. There's 3 lines. Alright, y'all, I think we're going to stop this video at this point here. We'll just go ahead and wrap it up. So, that said, I'd like to thank you for watching the video. I'd like to invite you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. In the next one, we'll be working on probably getting rid of the REFA capacitor out of the power supply, and maybe beginning to get the retrobrite done. Time permitting, we'll do some other things too, and if not, then we'll just do those. At any rate, we got some good stuff coming up. You want to make sure you're subscribed. Click that notification bell so that you'll be notified. You know the drill. Hey, until then, my friends, y'all take care.